Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the van. And if you're new here, my name's Ian and this is Travelling from Scratch. In today's video, what I want to talk to you about, I'm not doing any DIY today, so if you've come to see me cut one of my fingers off, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, maybe in the next video. What I want to talk to you about today is habitation checks. Habitation check is a detailed safety check of all the systems in your vehicle, whether it be a camper van, caravan, motorhome. It's a detailed safety check that's carried out to make sure your water systems, your gas systems, your electrical systems, your ventilation, underbody checks including pipes and water tanks, freshwater or wastewater tanks. It'll check for dampness in your vehicle. It'll check your fire and safety equipment, such as your fire extinguisher, your fire blanket, if you have those. It'll also check your carbon monoxide detector and your smoke alarms, if you have those. And I would recommend that you do have those. It'll also check window seals, door hinges, internal furniture, and the list goes on. This is not an exhaustive list. So these checks are to ensure that everything is working as it should be. It's to check for any signs of deterioration or fault. First of all, it's not a legal requirement in the United Kingdom, unlike an MOT. A habitation check isn't a replacement for an MOT. You still must get an MOT. If you're living outside the United Kingdom, an MOT is a Ministry of Transport inspection that's carried out on an annual basis once the vehicle reaches 3 years or older, and it must be done every year to test for roadworthiness and safety and emissions. Okay, so that's an MOT test that's done in the UK. A habitation check is similar to an MOT, apart from a habitation check is not a legal requirement. But there is an exception to that, and that exception would be if your vehicle has a boiler, it's over 5 years old, and you're going to be hiring out or renting out that vehicle, then a habitation check is a legal requirement. So the main reason would be safety. Safety of whoever you're carrying in your vehicle, including yourself and your pets. Safety would include checks on the gas system to make sure there are no leaks, checking that all your electrical wiring is safe and it's not going to cause a fire, checking on your safety equipment such as your fire extinguishers, fire blankets and carbon monoxide detectors. These are all checks to make sure that the vehicle is safe and roadworthy. It'll also help you to find any minor problems before they become big problems. A bit like when you get an MOT done and they put advisories on your MOT certificate to say, get this done by the next time, or this is going to need doing in the next 3 months, that kind of thing, an advisory. They're just advising that you get that done, but it'll still pass its MOT. Well, this will sort of give you advisories on, oh, you've got a little bit of rust coming here, or you've got I don't know, if it was something major like there was a gas leak or something like that, I would expect them to sort that out straight away. But it can also give you advisories so you can sort out these little problems before they become big problems. And that'll save you money in the long run. Preventing a problem will always be better than fixing a problem later. Having a habitation check and having a history of habitation checks on your vehicle can also help maintain its value as well. Because if I'm going to go and buy a second-hand vehicle, I want to get a vehicle with a service history. Okay, so I know it's been looked after. Now, a habitation check does the same thing. If I was going to go and buy a second-hand vehicle, I would insist that that vehicle had a habitation check. And I think vehicles that have had habitation checks throughout their life will hold their value better, because people will know that they've been maintained, much in the same way as a service history record will show that. So a habitation check will help maintain the value of your vehicle. Which leads me to my next point. If you want a habitation check done, you're going to need to look for an approved workshop in your area, or an approved mobile workshop that can come to you. Now, if you go to the website approvedworkshops.co.uk, they'll give you a whole list of approved workshops up and down the UK, and I'll put a link to that website in the description of this video. Now, if you're going to get a habitation check done, go to that website and check the scheme supporters page. If you check that web page, it'll tell you whether your manufacturer approves habitation checks being done by approved workshops. Now, I have an eldest, and it's part of the Heimer group, and the Heimer group do approve the habitation checks to be done. Okay, so that won't affect my warranty at all. Obviously, if your vehicle is outside of its warranty period, then that won't matter who your manufacturer is. If you want a habitation check done for your safety, go and get one done. A habitation check will cost you round about £200 to £250 in the UK. Now, I'm sure that price will vary up and down the country. I live in the northeast of England, and in this area, it's about £200 to £250. And that habitation check will normally take about 3 to 4 hours to complete. It's very thorough. If you go on the website and have a look, there'll be, or go onto a search engine and ask for a habitation check in the UK, you can get a detailed list of what's carried out in those habitation checks, and you'll see exactly what's involved. So for the time it's spent, it's probably worth the money, and for the safety aspect, it's definitely worth the money. Now, if you're going to take your vehicle into a workshop to have the habitation check carried out, then you're going to need to have gas in your tank if you've got a gas system, because they'll need to be able to check that system, and I would imagine they need to pressurise the system and see if there's any leaks, that kind of thing. And you're also going to make sure that your leisure batteries are on board. I know that some people, when they winterise their vehicle, they'll take their leisure batteries out and put them in their garage on charge or whatever. So if you're going to get a habitation check done, make sure that your leisure battery or batteries are in the vehicle and connected so they can test out the wiring system and the electrical system. Now, you're going to need water in your tanks as well, but I'm sure that anywhere you take it to will be able to fill it up with water. That being said, if you're going to get a mobile workshop to come out to you, make sure that there's an electric hookup for them, because they're going to need to connect that and have the electric on, and make sure that your batteries are in, make sure they've got access to water, and make sure your gas tanks have got some gas in. So if they're going to carry out that habitation check as a mobile workshop, they're going to need those services connected or access to those services. So now that you're armed with the information of what a habitation check is, where you can get one done, what's involved and how much it's going to cost you, there's only a couple of more things I want to say about it. First of all, what I would say is make sure that it's not going to affect your warranty by going and checking on that website, link in the description below, or check with your dealer and make sure it's not going to affect any warranty that you still have on your vehicle. And although a habitation check is not a legal requirement, check with your insurance company and see if they insist on a habitation check, because some insurance companies insist that you have a habitation check done regularly, either one a year or once every 2 years. So make sure that your insurance company doesn't insist on that, or if they do insist on that, make sure that you get it done. Okay, so with everything I've said today about habitation checks, the reason why I've made this video today is because I've heard people mention a habitation check, and I know what it sounds like. I know it sounds obvious what it is. It's a check on the habitation area of your vehicle. That sounds obvious, but I didn't realise what was involved until I started researching it. I didn't realise how detailed it was. I didn't know where to get one done. I didn't know if it was a legal requirement for a camper van, because this is my first camper van, so I know that now. I also didn't know how much it was going to cost. So now I know all those things. I've decided to share them with you. I mean, maybe you've got a self-built camper van and your insurance company might want you to get a habitation check done when it's complete, to make sure that all the systems are safe. Make sure that you do get these things tested and checked, because your safety is the most important thing, really, isn't it? So with all that said, I hope this video today has been informative or entertaining in some way for you. I can't imagine how it would have been entertaining, but I hope that the information I've given you will help you somewhere along the lines, or if you were unfamiliar with camper vans like I was until I got this one, I didn't know about habitation checks at all, but I've heard people mention them. So if you were afraid to ask what they were, there's no need to ask anyone now, because you've been told. So you know what they all are, you know what they cost, you know where to get one, and it's your decision whether or not you get one done. But bear in mind, it's going to help to maintain the value of your vehicle, and that's important. It's going to help to maintain the safety of your vehicle, and that's very important. And what else is it going to do? Getting a habitation check. it's going to give you peace of mind. So with all that said, thank you very much for watching today. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Click that subscribe button and click that notification bell, and you'll be informed of any future videos that I release. So if I am doing a DIY video and I cut one of my fingers off, you'll not miss it. I hope this has helped someone out there who was thinking about a habitation check, or even if you didn't know what one was, now you do. So I think I've covered everything. There's nothing more to say today, but thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you in your next video, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.